Columbus, Ohio, in the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. They'll run it to the right side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Gonna let it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. And that's going to open up your running game later on.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Hauls it in. Breaks into the open. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got the back over the middle. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. And the Longhorns in the hurry-up. Back to pass. It's Manning. Back open in the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Give to the back. On his feet at the 40. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Longhorns! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Buying some time. Pulls it in. It's Smith. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained.
Unloads it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tate. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The play action fake. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense now.
They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Turns it loose. Got his man to the left. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
And the D denied him on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. It's Manning. Under fire. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas! He just makes it look so easy. Impressive run.
So impressive. Time and time again, he can buy time, make you look silly, and the defense is just kind of like, wait a minute, you got him? I got him? No? Well, nobody's got him.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Peoples. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Here's a heat. Grabs it inside the tag. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got to kick in the door. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
And this has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
This defense will not let them run the ball in the end zone, at least not on the... And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And that is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone, third and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
He splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Coming out with it, it's Moore. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the first down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less likely to want to reach his arms out there and try to catch that thing.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Quarterback gets the first down. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab on the left. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
And the Longhorns are threatening in the red zone. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, it's Manning. He's got it on the move. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. And they go for the sneak on second down, playing very conservatively, and they may have to open it up if they want to score on this drive. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. The ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. To the air on first down. Spits it out to the back. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
So now it's second and long. To the air, it's Manning. Quickly out to the tight end. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Fires to the big fella. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. He's got his man, makes the grab. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The Longhorns have this offense rolling. The give to the back. Fighting off the defender. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Moore. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And everybody knows when you're running that play action, that fake has to be great. Everybody has to bite it for it really to work. Defense didn't bite it, didn't bite the bait, went after the quarterback, got him on the ground.
Scanning the field is Sayin. Buys a little time. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Going over the top. He was able to come down with the pass, but not in bounds, so it'll be a turnover on downs.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. Pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And at this point on the field, I guess why not try to guess the snap count? Defense gets caught, still 1st and goal. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Peoples. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great game, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Well, I like the idea by the quarterback on that throw. He's just trying to spit it out to the perimeter quickly and give his guy a chance to advance it, but the accuracy was terrible. That was a circus-type catch for 0 gain.
Got his man on the right. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Now the play fake. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop. Great place to start for this offense. He might want another play. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Across the 25, he's got room. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Moves away as he feels pressure. Complete. Ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. They'll try the run. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Lets it fly. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I'm pretty Sure, the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end, but forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on 4th down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
On the run from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and solid work by the return team on that one. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive, Reese. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 2nd down coming up. He wants to throw it again. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. Quick completion to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And a chance, perhaps, to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. With the run on 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Quick strike complete. There he goes. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. Keeps looking downfield. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, here we are late in the game, and this secondary, they are still covering. They forced the QB to hold on to it, and then he bailed out, trying to buy himself more time. Because
he wants to take the top off. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that...
Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moore. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The offense changing the play. Quickly to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. Dropping back, it's Manning. Out of the backfield, he's open. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're trying to hit the slant, right? That's a bang-bang type play. It's got to happen fast. Good throw. Receiver just couldn't come up with the catch.
They'll go back to the air on second down. The quick out. Bust through behind his pad. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the plus 42. The Longhorns have their offense in high gear.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch.
Slips a tackle and he's got room. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
This tight end's a weapon because he can give you yak after the catch. You see him break that tackle? That was pretty impressive, showing off his athleticism.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of hit.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. He's at the 50, the 30, the 10. Touchdown, Notre Dame! The defense does the work itself with a pick six. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Here comes the Texas offense. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. The give on the inside. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Unloads it left. He's got it. And he was is loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
He's got the back in the middle.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
This time they'll go to the running game. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up the first down.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Finds his back in the middle.
Guys in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Throws to the tight end. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Forget about those tight ends, right? They come up and they block most of the time, and a lot of time near the line of scrimmage, and then occasionally offenses do a great job, get creative, find a way to get a good matchup for the tight end, and he does the rest and gets in for 6.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Price. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. It's Carr. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
Nice play there. And I know when you think Notre Dame football, you're thinking about running the football and all those NFL offensive linemen they have. But when you've got playmakers like him on the perimeter, you've got to be able to take advantage of him. This guy has the chance to play on Sundays. He's too good. If you've got a window to throw and that guy's out running the route, give him an opportunity.
Gives it on the option. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Irish come to the line facing second and short.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
He'll pull it on the read. Breaks into the open. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Irish. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to throw, it's Manning. complete on the right side. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on first down and 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Really nice job by the quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. They'll throw it from the red zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to mix it.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Texas!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
Man, I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Price. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Here comes the heat. Grab near the marker is Carr. Flying out to the left. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
He gets it in there for the 2-point conversion, and the lead grows to 8. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Manning. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Makes the grab. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open route.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Gets rid of it. He's got his man. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When you run those routes, those curl routes, just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line, and the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job. Great catch. 1st down.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
The give to the tailback. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And into the end zone. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And the Longhorns will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the 1st one they've used this half. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Floating away. Touchdown, Longhorns! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Price. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. He breaks a tackle. And this wildcat is going to be deep long, stopped in the backfield. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds the tight end. Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wants to change this route. To the air, it's Manning. He's moving out of the pocket. Working on the right. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Looking to throw. Trying to blow his way in. Touchdown, Texas! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance, excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Coming out with it, it's Price. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. Fights off a defender. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. It's Price. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. To the ground. He's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use...
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They have it once again in spectacular field position, cashed in the last time, and even better this time around. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Got it in the middle, it's Moore. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Under fire. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Got a man, it's Love. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. On the run, it's Love. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they... Turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Running behind that left side. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. To throw, it's Carr. Got his man in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the 1st down marker is. Got to get a big gain, got to get that 1st down. Nice job, great nose for the 1st down.
Looking for room, it's Love. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back has it. Find some fresh air. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the 1st down.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
To the ground to try to move the chains. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a 1st down.
Man, it's nice to have a guy on short yardage situations you can turn and you can hand the ball to him. And you know he's not going to dance. You know he's going to be really physical, lower his shoulder. I don't care how many yards he gets. He just needs to get past that 1st down mark.
Might as well give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that to the house.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Manning. Makes the catch. It's Moore.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the air on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Makes the grab. It's Moore. Hauled down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll be smacked to the ground. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Safe completion on the screen. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Longhorns started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on him.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Manning. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Caught over the middle. It's Wingo. He is stopped well short of the 1st down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on 4th. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. And it's good. The short field goal for the game. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.